Welcome back to another episode of Thinking That Matters. I'm Elizabeth Mahusay, your podcast host, and I am so pleased to welcome back for the second time Mr. Brian Driscoll. Brian, I can't wait for the audience to hear the latest of what you have going on. But before we start talking about all of that, tell them a little bit about who you are, what you do, the business that you own, and then we will launch in.
Sure thing. So my name is Brian Driscoll. I'm 45 years old, married, 3 kids, 3 sons, 14, 11, and 10.
Woo!
I own a digital marketing company called Motivated Leads that generate leads for real estate investors all over the country. And I wrote a book called The Goodness Game. So that's what we're here to talk about today.
I know. And when I had you on the show before, earlier this year, we talked a lot about the I don't know exactly how long the book had been out, but I loved hearing the story that led to The Goodness Game. So I would encourage whether you're a viewing audience or you're a listening audience member, look up the previous episode where I had Brian on, and you'll get to hear more about the background of the book. You have been this year speaking in classrooms, speaking to groups, really promoting the goodness game. So for the person who's listening and they've not read the book and they've not heard the previous episode, give us an overview of what the goodness game is.
All right, so here's what the goodness game is. In my opinion, I think everybody wants to make a difference in the world, and they don't know how to start. So they think they have to do something humongous, and then you start getting in your head, it's like, oh, I want to do something, I got to do something huge, and then it drains you and things like that. So the goodness game is a framework on how to make a difference in your life using your own skill set, like with what you're built for, and making a difference. So it's actually beneficial. It's fun. You feel good about it. You don't burn out, and you're already built to do it. You're not doing things that are outside your wheelhouse.
I love that. The idea of I do think people do get in their heads about to do something good or to make a difference in another person's life. We make it out to be more than it needs to be, or we talk ourselves out of it because we think we can't do it. Yep. Or we compare ourselves to other people who are doing good things, and we think, I could never do that.
Right.
So you started with the book, but then you shifted. Well, it's not that you shifted. The book is still there. What's the latest iteration, though, of the goodness game?
So here's what I did. I think in today's world, everyone wants shorter, and they want the easy button. So I was thinking it's like a book. I mean, a book's short anyways. It's on Audible for 4 hours. It's not super long. But I got to thinking, it's like, okay, how can we get the most people to play the goodness game as possible? So I thought, let's break it down into just the nuts and bolts. Here, I was thinking almost like Monopoly or like a game. It's like, how would you give instructions to play a board game?
I love that.
And that's where this came from. So I'm like, okay, well, how would I make instructions? Like, how could I put something into like a super, super short read? It's not even a book, really. Just like, here are the instructions, go. And that's
almost
where it came.
Almost like a manual, or like a directions manual or handbook, or.
Right. That's what I called it, a handbook, which maybe a manual is a better word, come to think about it. But it's basically like, okay, here are the things you do. Without the backstory, without all the elaborating and stuff. Like, if people want to hear that stuff, you go to the book. But if you just want the quick down and dirty, hey, I want to play the game today, I wanted to make something, it's like, okay, you can pick it up and in 20 minutes you're in.
I love it. So for those who are able to, whether they're listening or they're watching, show us what it looks like. Kind of walk us through, because I believe that you being able to, not you being able to, it's that when you walk us through, it will help it to make more sense. Because our thought is, and for everyone listening, watching, when Brian and I were talking about this, I thought, I want to help more people to know about this, because it's so easy and it's such a great way to be a difference maker in the world. And you've laid it out so well. So show us what you've done with this handbook, and we'll talk more after you have a chance to overview it for us.
All right, so I'm going to share my screen. Okay, you see my screen?
It's coming. There we go. Now it's up.
Okay, so I'm going to just run through the handbook for you guys so everyone can see it and see exactly what we're talking about. So basically, in the beginning, it's just welcoming you to the game. It's like you got a goal, you got a strategy, you get a reward, and we're talking about small things like buying a coffee, holding the door open for somebody. So, and then in the beginning, it starts, which Elizabeth was saying, go back to the other episode. But for anyone who hasn't heard that, the story is, in a nutshell, I was walking to sleep at a Greyhound station. I was going to be homeless. Some random lady picked me up on the side of the road in Orlando, Florida, picked me up, took me home, gave me a place to stay, helped me get on my feet, and didn't want anything in return. So this was back in like 1998. So she planted
Wow.
on my seed the trajectory of her helping me and where it put my life. I'm like, she actually made a difference in my life big time. So little story in the beginning. So first thing is we're going to make it super easy to play. First page, it says, if you're listening or watching, pull out your phone, text somebody you haven't talked to in a while or someone you have talked to in a while. Just said, hey, just thinking about you. Hope you have a good day. Like, that's playing the game. It's small things, like as small as that. Because if you figure, like Elizabeth, what would you do if someone just texted you and just like, hey, just not texting you for any reason, just to say hi?
It it happens to me. I have a very dear friend that just at the most random times she'll do a check-in with me, and it makes me feel so good, so seen, right? I'm so grateful for it. And usually it's always so well timed, at that whatever's happening in my life. So it feels really good.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like you sending a text to someone means that you were thinking about them, and they know you were thinking about them, not because you need something, just because.
Yeah.
So that's how we kick it off. It's like that's as simple as it is to play. Small things like that. So, and then we go into what is the goodness game. So basically, we're going to talk about like what it is. The goodness game is something you do small that most likely will have a chain effect for something positive, right? So you do something for somebody else, most likely, like if I texted Elizabeth out of the blue, hey, how's it going? I was just thinking about you. Her mood elevates a little bit, and who knows what that does in the day. Like
I
then
may
maybe,
then text someone myself as a result.
right. So, and it's like even small things like let someone in traffic in front of you. You don't know what they're dealing with. It's like you just made their mood a little bit better, and the next person they deal with gets to experience that,
Mm,
right? On the other side, there's something called a helper's high. Like it's a legit thing that when you help people, there's chemicals in your brain that you feel better. You know what I mean? It's like oxytocin and stuff like that. So you feel better when you play the game too. So you're helping other people, and the byproduct is you get to feel good.
I love it.
So we go through that. So basically what we're looking at in the game is like just start. We make it a 7-day challenge, and then you can build on that. But the whole objective is just to start and see what it is. And we want to give ideas in handbook on, okay, how do you find out what you're built for? Like I was saying, everyone's built for something. Like, how do you figure it out? And what are some ideas? Because a lot of people think the idea is going to be like super big, and they're not. So we'll get into it's like some of the ideas are smile at someone, hold a door open for someone, send an encouraging text, compliment a cashier. Like, when's the last time you were checking out and you complimented a cashier? Like, hey, I like your hair, I like your nails, or whatever. Um, so all these small things, this is just laying the foundation.
I love it.
That stuff counts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does. It does. It makes a difference.
Yeah, it makes it. I think so, and I think like pick up a piece of litter. You're playing the game like when have you just been walking on the road and you're like, I'm just gonna pick up some litter, but
Yeah, throw it in the trash.
and it's just small things. So here's what we go to. This is a little bit more into like the nuts and bolts. And Elizabeth, you can relate to this too in business. I got this idea from Dan Martell's Buy Back Your Time. It's a book for business owners, and basically it says write down everything you do in business and put on what gives you energy, what takes energy away. Well, I got to thinking about this for the goodness game. It's like we're not in business, like we're thinking of our entire life. Like, what things do you do every day that give you energy? What things take your energy away? Like, some people are like, I really love cleaning my house. It's like I pop headphones in and I clean and it relaxes
Do
me.
their thing.
Yeah. I'm not, I don't know if Elizabeth
That
does
is
too.
not me. That is not me.
Same. It's like, that's not my thing. But I'll bet you, Elizabeth, if I asked you, if you were talking to someone that was in business and you knew how and you saw the picture of what they were doing wrong and you could help them, something like that would fire you up,
Yeah, absolutely.
you know? But if I talk to my wife, she would hate to be in that situation. She likes dealing, like, she deals with special needs kids. Like, that's
Wow.
her thing. So, what the energy audit's going to be is it's an exercise that you're just going to take for a week. It's like, just write down everything you do, clean your house, help a friend study for a test, whatever it is, categorize them, right? What would a couple things be that drain your energy?
Well, one would be cleaning the house, right? Just because I feel like it takes too long and I'm not efficient in it. So that makes me crazy, where that's concerned. And another thing that drains my energy, believe it or not, is driving in heavy traffic because I'm so focused on where I want to be that it just annoys me to no end. So I was listening to you going, yeah, I should probably let some more people yield in front of me than I do.
Well, and let me ask you this: what's like a thing or two that gives you energy?
Obviously, I love interviewing people on my podcast. Like that gives me energy. I absolutely love being able to help people tell their story or to learn more about their story and how it's making an impact in the world. That definitely gives me energy. And you know what? Another thing that gives me energy is baking. Like I absolutely love to bake. So I have all the things that starting this weekend, I'll make a large number of pound cakes so that my boys can take them to work for their coworkers. We'll give it to the neighbor, to people at church. I absolutely love baking. Gives me a ton of energy.
Yeah, and that's interesting because baking doesn't give me energy, but like traffic doesn't bother me. So everyone's like built differently.
Yep.
But say you were filling this out. Say you tracked everything for a week. It's like, okay, you know, your helping style is not giving people rides all the time. Like that's not your thing,
That is
you
so
know.
true.
But it could be it's somebody else's. It's like,
Correct.
and it's not saying you can't do it. You can do it. You just might be frustrated. And it's going to drain your energy away.
Just for the record, I will not be adding Lyft or Uber to my resume at any point. So,
Right. But then you figure like baking.
yep,
That's a thing. So family's sick or something, you can bake them things like that.
that's correct.
You can go donate to the homeless, like even like you're doing right now over Christmas. It's like so that's what we're looking at. So everyone listening, everybody's built for something. So it's like everyone's
Love
got
it.
their thing. This is just an exercise to try to help you figure it out if you don't know what it is yet, to kind of pinpoint it.
Yes, I love it.
And then what we have here is we're gonna choose one thing on the drains energy side, circle it, and we're gonna try to not do that anymore too.
Mm,
You know, so we're gonna know. And the whole thing is, it's not to not do stuff in a sense. It's just to be intentional. It's like, okay, this stuff I know drains my energy. I may still have to do it, but now I know if I have the opportunity to avoid it, I can do that.
or even to delegate it, right? I
Right.
mean, I pay someone to come in and clean our house, and that's a blessing for that individual because they enjoy cleaning and that's how they make a living. So, yay.
Yep.
We're
Well,
both
that's huge.
both winning.
And you're right, because the delegating is huge too, because it's like you now remove something from your day that drains your energy. You now can fill it with something that gives you energy, and you're helping the other person out too, because that is their thing.
Yeah, I love that.
All right, so we got that. And then the next step is identifying your helping style. So we did the exercise and you went through and did what gives you energy, takes your energy away. Now we're going to try to look and put yourself into a bucket. So there's 5 buckets here. So we have a financial helper, empathetic helper, a sweat helper, connecting helper, and a thinking helper, right? And most people are more than one.
Mm,
So, and depending on what it is, we can just start at the top. Like a financial helper, that's you're like, I'm busy, or I don't like getting involved, or I'm like an introvert, but I can cut a check and like, I can say we're dealing with homeless. I can buy the tents, I can buy the clothes, but I don't want to be distributing them.
yeah.
You know, empathetic is like the good listener. It's like,
Mm,
hey, you just need to be there for somebody. I don't think I'm the empathetic based on, but my wife is.
my husband too.
Yeah, so it's like, and then, but the thing is, you know, if you are or not too, because then it's like, okay, I can help in this situation. And sometimes you can see if you get involved in a situation, it's not your style, you can actually do more harm than good too.
That's
or if you
an
don't have the skill set.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. And the other thing too, I think on that as well is you also could be hindering someone else, right, that's better suited and more energized from being able to engage because, quote, you've already got it covered, even though you really aren't the best person to be covering that need. So I think it is important to understand what the helper style is for an individual.
Agreed. Um, and then we got sweat helper. That's like the person that wants to do physical work. Hey, I can cut your grass. I can give you a car ride. I can change your brakes. I can cook your food. Like you fall under the sweat with the cooking part.
Yeah,
You
I
can
do
do.
love cooking.
I'm sure you're probably connecting helper. That's like,
Very
hey, you
much.
know
I
what? I know
love
something.
connecting. I love connecting for sure.
Yep. And I'm sure you're the thinking helper too.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love these. So, Brian, is it that when they get this handbook that they just mark the things that interest them and the one that has the most checks is how they determine their helper style? Tell me just give me some more on that.
Yeah, so what you're going to look at is the energy audit, which you can go to the website too, and there's an actual quiz that will pop them out,
Okay.
ask you
Okay.
questions. But yeah, check the boxes. It's like, look at these. It's like, okay, I enjoy planning events, solving puzzles. And these are just examples too. But it's like, check the boxes. Whichever one has the most checks, most likely that's your top. And
Okay,
then
got
your
it.
second and third, things like, because you probably have three or so, maybe more. Who knows? But
Okay,
that's
that's
what you're
good.
going to do.
Okay.
And then you're going to see here, it's like, okay, check the boxes. Your primary style is this. Your secondary style is this. Now you know. It's like, okay, this is my lane. I might have to go in this lane every once in a while, but I know this is where I need to be. This is my sandbox. This is where I want to play and be the connector whenever someone's outside of your wheelhouse.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like try to
that's
connect them with the person, like you're saying.
I love that. That's why it's good to also be aware of the styles of people that are in your network as well, because then you are able to help people fill needs and make a difference. I love that. It's just good. I like that you've made it so simple for people to really think about what is their helper style.
Yep. Yeah, that was the goal. It's like, okay, how can you figure it out super simple without reading the whole book, you know?
Yeah.
All right, so now we got the helper style. Now you know what it is. Now you got a game. You got to have roles, right? So we got
Yes.
roles. Rule number one: not everyone is your assignment. So that's a big rule I found. And when talking to people, also, it's like you are built for what you're built for. If somebody has a drug problem, for example, I'm not. I can't help them. I'm not built to help them, and I could potentially do harm. I need to get them because there is somebody that has stuff for them. So it's like you need to look, okay, what problems or what things are you trying to get involved with? Does it align with your style?
Your style. Yeah. And be careful not to overextend yourself and into styles that aren't yours.
Right. Yeah, because if you do that, like you're saying before, there's somebody else that's their style. Like let them do that, and you stay in your lane. You know.
Yeah.
And it's a mental thing though, because I think a lot of people, like once you start looking at the world and like the eyes of, I see a lot of stuff that I can maybe help with. You're going to see a lot of problems. It's like, oh, you know what? I could help them. I could do this. I could do this, and kind of get excited. It's like you got to like know you can only do what you can do too. We're real people, you know.
Absolutely. Well, and going back to your point, if we remain in a having to exhibit a style that is not our own, it will inevitably drain our energy, and that equals burnout over time.
Yep, exactly. So it just goes here. Know your lane, stay in your lane. We're going to go to this fourth step first. I'm going to reorganize these because I
Okay.
think this one's more important. Give without remembering is one of the roles. And basically, what that's saying is we're going to help people and we are going to just do it out of the kindness of our heart. We're not going to be taking social media videos like, hey, look at me doing this kind of stuff. We're going to be just helping people. That's the role. We're going to give without remembering. And there's a couple different ways you can do it. Number one is I help somebody no one knows, not even a recipient. Number
Hmm.
two is I help somebody I know and the recipient knows also. The third way is We can't, there's like a stipulation. You can tell other people if it's to benefit a cause or help somebody out. Like say your neighbor's sick. It's like, you know what? We're going to round up the neighborhood. Everyone's going to drop
Yes.
off dinner.
Yeah.
You know, so that's basically what this role is, and that's the loophole. It's like, hey, you know what? Like I have a friend who I wonder if he did it this year. Last year, he goes to Kohl's, Kohl's or Burlington, and he goes to the manager and pays off everybody's layaway stuff.
What?
Yeah,
That
yeah, he'll
is
just go in.
so cool.
It is cool, right? And it's like anyone who has things on layaway, they're struggling in life, like financially at least, because they're putting things on layaway. And what he did was he took the receipts and put them and took a picture and put it on Facebook, not to brag, but to like inspire other people in their city to go do the same thing. So it's like so it's like a thin line of bragging and trying to like be, hey, look at me versus trying to inspire other people.
Yeah, to inspire others. Yeah, to give them the idea of what they can do. Because, like, as soon as you said that, I'm like, I never even thought about that. I mean, I
Right.
haven't even thought about layaway in a really. I mean, okay, that's such a really cool idea.
Yeah. And
That's
imagine the
awesome.
person that's like you're helping someone, they don't even know who you are. They just get a
That's
text
right.
message saying their stuff's paid off. Like
Right.
they'll never know who you are. There's some stranger just paid for my stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. I love
Yeah.
it.
So there's all kinds of like unique things you can do. I talked to another guy that he texts people like we were talking in the beginning, but he sends everyone a $5 gift card for Starbucks. It's
That's
like, hey, I was
cool.
just thinking about you. Here's a coffee on me. It's like unique little things you can do.
Yeah, that's really cool. I love it. I love it.
Okay, so here's what we got. Then we have like once you start helping people and you start getting out, you have to be aware of like tricksters and schemers, right? You have to be aware a lot of people mistake kindness as weakness and try to take advantage of you. So you have to acknowledge in your head, hey, you know what? I'm trying to genuinely help people, but I also you can't help people if you're hurting yourself, basically. So that's where this one comes from. Like for example, if someone asks you for food, you can buy the food versus giving cash in some
Right.
scenarios,
Right.
you know. And then one that I fall into a lot is don't overstep. A lot of times, if I see a problem, like I can visually see it, and I'm like, dude, that's so easy to fix because of like, say I have a skill set in that area. Sometimes people don't want you to fix it. Sometimes people just want to talk. So it's like
Yes.
you have to be aware. It's like where like does somebody actually want help or are you like injecting yourself in their life?
Yeah, that's a really good point. And it's important to, I mean, Fred and I even do it within our marriage as well. Like we'll ask each other, are you looking for a solution ear or a listening ear? Right? Sometimes people just want you to listen to them. That is the best way that you can help them because you give them an opportunity to talk out whatever is going on emotionally, mentally, and and the best way to help is by listening versus trying to fix their problem. So I think that's a really strong one too.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, my wife does not like me fixing problems. She's just looking for an ear.
Most women don't.
Yeah, so I start asking that now too. Same thing. I'm like, hey, are you looking for like a fix here? Or you just want to talk? She's like, I just want to talk. Like, okay, then I know.
Yeah. Fred
But
asks me that and I'm like, unless I tell you otherwise, give me the solution. Like let's figure it out and move on. So
right. So and like everyone's different in it, but it's
right.
like because I've done this a lot. It's like especially even in business, like I'll try helping people out and I get too far involved with
Yeah.
whatever I'm doing.
Yeah, no, I think it's just it's an important rule to keep in mind where that's concerned.
Right. So we got the roles, and then and the other thing is too, you have to let other people help you. It's
Yeah.
like to play the game. Because I know me, I got pride and stuff. I think a lot of people do. It's like, no, I don't need help. I got this. And it's like if you don't accept help from other people, sometimes when you need it or when it's easy for them, you're not allowing them to play the game. So you want to keep that in mind too. When someone
Yeah.
wants to give you a hand, let them.
Agreed. Agreed.
Yep. So then the next thing is we go into budget. So say we're a financial helper. How much are we spending? Because you're only paying with two things. You're paying with money or time, right?
Yeah.
So well, I guess money, time, and energy. Time and energy kind of go together a little bit. But it's like, okay, if you're going with money, where's it coming from? because you want to be intentional and budget ahead of time. So it's like, okay, I'm going to pull a certain percent from my paycheck and put it in a separate account. Then when an opportunity pops up, that money's already sitting there for it. I don't have to think, and I know it's not going to put me under on my bills, and I can just use it. So that's one
Right.
way to do it. And then we also have time budget. It's like, okay, if you got time, time's even more dangerous, I think, than the money. Because once you start helping people or even getting involved with like nonprofits, it's really easy for people to suck you in on their time. It's like, okay, I want to help 1 day a week. And then all of a sudden, you're doing something 4 days a week when you can't do that.
Yeah.
And now you're
Right.
burning out,
Yeah.
you
It's
know?
important to understand or to budget both of those. I agree.
Right. So that's basically what this is going to run through. It runs through, okay, a little bit of an area on how you can think about how you want to budget your life so you can intentionally think about it ahead of time.
Yeah, I like it.
And then here we just have like quick start ideas. So we've already found out like what type of helping style we are. Just got some ideas here. It's like, okay, what can we do? Leave a big tip for a waiter or waitress. You know what I mean? Like that's something.
Yeah.
If you're a financial person, stick a $20 bill on an envelope on a gas tank or on a gas pump. Like just little things,
That's cool. The gas pump ghost. That's funny.
Yeah, like stuff like that. Laundry, you can like leave quarters sitting there. Empathetic, basically ask, how are you? It's like, I
Yeah.
think a lot of people always ask, like, how are you doing? It's just a common, hey, how you doing? Versus like asking someone, hey, how are you doing? And actually listening.
Like, really, how are you doing? Yes,
Right.
I agree.
So
Depth
it's just
versus
some,
surface.
yeah, just some different ideas like sweat missions, connecting missions, thinking missions. And it just gives you like different ideas on things you can do.
I love it. And then I know that you go on to give them examples of like a 7 day challenge and then moving it to a 30-day challenge. And I love it. So, thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate that. As we move forward, okay, so I have a couple of things. So they'll have a link to a landing page in the show notes. When they go to the landing page, they can get this handbook for free, right?
Yep. Yeah. Free. You just put in your email and download it.
Okay, awesome. So we were talking about different ways to do. Obviously, the individual can use it, right? As an adult, we can look for ways to be kind and make a difference in other people's lives. But we had started talking recently about because I was sharing when with Brian about how when our sons, because we have two boys as well, they're now adults, but when they were young, we would get together, we would have a family time, we would go through some type of devotion. And I told him, I'm like, this would be awesome for families, especially when they have children still at home, to have a fun way to approach showing kindness. And sometimes it's showing kindness to your sibling. So there's that. But tell, give some ideas around different ways that they can use it. So we talked about as an individual. I was just talking about as a family. What are some other ways that people can creatively engage in the goodness game?
Well, the family one's big, like you were just saying. I like that a lot. Teachers have been
Yes.
engaging a lot with their students. It's like in classrooms. It's like, okay, and it's really crazy too. Like kids, when you talk to them, they get all kind of really good ideas you'd never think about. You know what I mean? It's like, but you picture this. Say with students, say like third grade, fourth grade, something like that. Asking a new kid to sit with you at lunch. It's like
Yes.
things like that that are real world stuff that a new kid's there. It's like you can engage kids to do things like that like break the ice for them. You know what I mean? Or
I
uh,
love that.
all kinds of stuff. Businesses, a lot of businesses are engaging it too, just for culture kind of things. It's like, okay, we can get our employees and everyone on the team around a certain thing.
Now, I know that, so I want you to speak to it. I know that you have spoken on multiple occasions this year around the goodness game. So the person listening, it could be they're leading a team. It could be at the corporate level, it could be at the nonprofit level, it could be a teacher in a school. What does it look like to contact you about coming to speak about the goodness game?
Yeah, that's easy. You just go onto the website, goodnessgame.com, go down to the footer down in the bottom, and there's a link you can click and just fill out a form.
Awesome. And then they can contact you and have a conversation with you around that. And what I so appreciate is that you really work to live this out. So, because I know that you work to live this out, one of the ways that recently you have been living this out is you have been working with, is it Harvest Street Mission?
Yeah, Harvest Street Mission.
Okay, so we don't have a ton of time, but give the Cliff Notes version of how Harvest Street Mission came about and how you literally are putting into practice these very things that you talk about in the goodness game.
Sure. So Harvest Street Mission, I've known these guys for a long time. What they do is they go downtown Pittsburgh in North Side and they feed the homeless every Sunday. They've been doing this for years. And it's not like a building or anything. They pull over on the side of the road and just pull out tables and they feed like 150 people every week. You can
Wow.
check them out on social. It's like the Harvest Street Mission. So I was always helping from afar, just on the financial side. And then I asked them this year, I'm like, hey, what can I help with? And I thought they were going to say, hey, you can help with like donating some tents or things like this. And they said, you know what? Our big problem right now is social media. Like Jack, the one guy that runs it, he's like, he's running around doing all these different things. He's like, it's hard for me to actually capture moments too, because I'm trying to like make this thing run. And I'm like, well, you know what? That's actually my skill set. So this
Right.
year, I'm their video guy now. Like, I go down, record the stuff that's on their social, and we edit it. And it's just, they now have a really strong social presence, and it's just self running. So it's like that fit my wheelhouse coincidentally. And I was able to step into that position. So that's one of the cool things, too. It's like, if you know what you're good at, you can get into it because it's fun for me. It's not like work. I go down, I record some videos, we make social posts.
Yeah. And
Nice.
you have some fun with it too. I've watched some of the videos, and you're interviewing people or, just capturing like you had told me about the tables on the side of the road, but then I watched one of your videos. I'm like, no kidding. They like just literally pull over, drop that stuff out, man, and they are fast. Like
Yeah.
they get that stuff done and food distributed really, really quickly. I mean, it's pretty spectacular. And you're right. When you have a skill or gifting in something, like I think with Fred, my husband, he loves photography. Like for him to take photos, it's a no-brainer. So when he has the ability to, let's say, do headshots and donate them for someone who's looking for a job or they've been out of work and they need to have that update, it's an easy thing for him. And he absolutely loves it. So it does. And it's interesting, even when you were talking about Harvest Street, you that energy, you can tell it energizes you to go and do it.
Right.
And that's the part that I would encourage my listeners, that how can you help someone? How can you show kindness by engaging in the goodness game? Because something that Brian didn't point out when he was going through his handbook, but it struck me when I was going through it, is that it's a game you cannot lose.
Right.
That to me says it all, which is why, from a family perspective, when as a family you look for ways to engage in the goodness game, a game that you cannot lose, you strengthen the family connectedness, and you also create shared memories as well, where that's concerned. Well, tell them one more time where they can find the landing page, the book, the handbook, like all the things.
Okay, so you can go to goodnessgame.com. You can scroll the whole way to the bottom. There's a link that says handbook.
Okay.
Elizabeth, you'll stick the direct link also
Yes.
with the show notes so they can just click that also. On goodnessgame.com, though, you can get the handbook down in the footer. You can also download the whole book on the website for free too, or go to Amazon, just look up the Goodness Game. You can purchase it as well too if you want the physical copy.
I love it. Well, Brian, I am excited to just see in 26 how the goodness game continues to grow, and really how people are going to engage it. And I would love to see it become this movement. You know how in the past where people were doing the ice water what do they call, where they were pouring ice
Yeah.
water over their heads and all this. like let's actually start a movement where people are being such difference makers that it is bringing such encouragement to what oftentimes can feel like a very divisive, or divisive culture. I'm just excited to see what can happen. What should their hashtag be, Brian, when they are doing something that is connected to the goodness game? What's your hashtag? Is it hashtag goodness game?
Yeah, just I don't even have a hashtag. We just do it. Like, yeah,
Let's
that's a
do it.
perfect one.
All right.
Hashtag goodness game.
So I would say I want to encourage everyone when you engage in the goodness game, make sure that you hashtag goodness game because then we can start doing searches on that thing.
Right.
And that would be really cool to see where it's happening. So that's my challenge for you, the listener. Choose to engage in the goodness game and encourage other people to do it as well. Brian, thank you so much for coming on the show again. I will look forward to continuing to follow all that's happening with the goodness game. And I want to let everybody know that the goodness game is such an example of cultivating thinking around what it means to show kindness, engaging in something like the goodness game to anchor that type of thinking in your life. Because when you cultivate thinking that matters, you live a life that matters. When you cultivate thinking that matters, you look for ways that you can show kindness, be a difference maker, and be part of a ripple effect that goes on long after you have been present in that moment.